Śrīla Prabhupāda ki Jai, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Jai, Hare Krishna. Today we'll be reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto number 1, chapter number 17, text number 5. Five. The chapter is entitled Punishment and Reward of Kali. Text 5. Kastvam macharane loke balad dhamsi abalan bali naradevosi veshena natavat karmana dvija Kastvam macharane loke balad dhamasya balan bali naradevosi veshena natavat karmana dvija Kastvam macharane loke balad dhamsya balan bali naradevosi veshena natavat karmana dvija
Kastvam macharane loke baladhamsya balan bali naradevosi veshena natavat karmana dvija
Kastvam macharane loke baladhamsya balan bali naradevosi veshena natavat karmana dvija
Kastvam macharane loke baladhamsya balan bali
Baladhamsya balan bali
naradevosi veshena natavat karmana dvija
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya
Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatho Jayamudiraye Nashtat Prayeshu Bhadreshu Yam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So this is again chapter 17 of Canto 1, text 5. Kastva mat sharane loke balad dhamasya balan bali nara devosi veshena natavat karmana dvija. Reading word to word meaning ka, who are, tvam, you, mat, mine, sharane, under protection, loke, in this world, balad, by force, hamsi, killing, abalan, those who are helpless, bali, although full of strength, Naradeva, man God, Asi, appear to be, Veshena, by your dress, Natavad, like a theoretical player, Karmana, by deeds, Advaitha, a man not twice born by culture.
A man not twice born by culture.
Translation and purpose is Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. Parīkṣit Mahārāja is telling Kali, oh, who are you? You appear to be strong and yet you dare to kill within my protection those who are helpless? By your dress, you pose yourself to be a godly man, the king. But by your deeds, you're opposing the principles of the twice-born kshatriyas. Purport. The Brahmanas, kshatriyas, Vaishyas are called twice-born because of these higher classes of men. There is one birth by parental conjugation and there is another birth by cultural rejuvenation, by spiritual initiation from a bona fide acharya or spiritual master. So, a kshatriya is also twice born like a brahmana, and his duty is to give protection to the helpless. The kshatriya king is considered to be the representative of God to give protection to the helpless and to chastise the miscreants. Whenever there are anomalies in this routine, worked by the administrators, there is an incarnation of the Lord to re-establish principles of godly kingdom. In the age of Kali, the poor helpless animals, especially the cows, which are meant to be receiving all sorts of protection from the administrative heads, are killed without restriction. Thus the administrative heads under whose noses these things happen are representatives of God in name only. Such powerful administrators are rulers of the poor citizens by dress or office. But factually they are worthless, low-class men without the cultural assets of the twice-born. No one can expect justice or equality of treatment from once-born or spiritually uncultured low-class men. Therefore, in the age of Kali, everyone is unhappy due to the administration of this state. The modern human society is not twice born by spiritual culture, and therefore the people's government by the people which are not twice born must be a government of Kali, in which everyone is unhappy. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Om Ajnanatinradasya Jnanājana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Śrī Gurave Namaha. Śrī Chaitanya Manobhishti Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Śrī Guru Śrī Utapalakamalam Śrī Guru Vaishnavamscha Śrī Rupam Sahajatan Sahagana Raghunatamritam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parigam Sahitam Śrī Krishna Chaitanya Devam Śrī Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Śrī Vishakaamritamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Taptika Anchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kipasindubhya Vacha Padithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaitha Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pandum natyadingiram Yatkapātamaham vande Śrī Gurum Dīnataranam Paramanandamadanam Śrī Chaitanyeshwaram. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I'm very grateful for the opportunity today to be able to speak a few words glorifying Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, this wonderful section. But before I begin, I want to pay obeisances to all of you devotees, especially to Narendra Krishna Prabhu, who is all of our seniors. It's like our spiritual master, essentially. I'm qualified to be speaking in front of all of you, especially Prabhu. Please bless me, Prabhu, so we can speak a few words. Hare Krishna. So this is a very, very beautiful section of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam where we're seeing that Mahārāja Parīkṣit is chastising Kali. And we can see so far how Kali has infiltrated into his kingdom. And this person who is taking on the position of, as this verse says, Naradevata. Naradevata means the king, the person who is the representative of the Supreme Lord. Right? He is chastising dharma, who has come in the form of a bull and cut off 3 of its legs. And also the cow, mother cow, is also crying, which is representative of this earthly planet. So it's amazing. It says, Kastvam Matsharane Loke. Kastvam, how is it that you, Matsharane, although this place is under my protection and I am the king, Balad Dhams Abalan Bali, with your bala, with your force, you are subjugating very mercilessly Abalana. Bhagavatam describes in many places Abalan, Haridasavari. Abalan is considered to be women sometimes because of not having as much power as Purushas. It can be the cows, it can be those who are in a position of less potent, less powerful, weak. Here we can see the cow and the bull, who are considered to be the Abalan, are being chastised by this king. He is representing himself to be Naradeva, Veshena, taking on the dress of a king. And Natavat, he is just putting on the show, Natavat. Karmana Dvija, Advija, and he is performing the actions of Advija, a person who is not twice born. And as Prabhupada describes here, twice born is Dvija. Means, as we know in Prabhupada's purport, he is talking about one birth is the birth from the mother and the father to the seminal discharge that everyone has, but then those who are twice born are those who now have taken the shelter of a bona fide spiritual father and accepted the scriptures to be the spiritual mother, and by that conjunction, one has taken on the actual essence of what human life is meant to offer. And Prabhupada here describes that the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas are twice born. Even the Kshatriyas, whether it's Ramachandra, whether it's Krishna, all accepted a spiritual master and showed this by example. Yad yad acharata shreshas tattat evetaro jana. Whatever the great people do, the common men follow. So Krishna shows it by example. But Dvija also is described to be bird. Bird also gets 2 birds, right? It's just born out of the egg and then it hatches out of the egg. So technically 2 birds in one sense. So Dvija in Sanskrit is twice born. But in this section, it is so beautiful, so amazing. I wanted to go over a very beautiful pastime of how this section comes to being. Who gave Parīkṣit Maharaj the indication to go and subjugate Kali? What is the backstory behind all of this? What is happening behind the scenes of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? As Sutta Goswami is speaking to Sukadeva Goswami, he is taking the readers of Bhagavatam towards the next chapter also, where we see that Mahārāja Parīkṣit gets cursed by the Brahmin boy. And then he takes shelter of Sukadeva Goswami, and then the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam unfolds to the whole world to relish. But what is the backstory that has happened here? And why has Parīkṣit Maharaj come in this place right now? And does Parīkṣit Maharaj know what is going to happen? And did Parīkṣit Maharaj partake in amazing, beautiful Prem Sankirtan? Who gave him those instructions? It's a very beautiful pastime in Skanda Purana, which gives us a very nice context and appreciation to this section of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So, before we get into that, there can be hours and hours of beautiful katha just to go around that, but in the next 20-30 minutes we can encapsulate this beautiful section of the Bhagavatam. So we can see here, and the chapters leading to this, that Krishna, the many meanings to the word Krishna. One of the meanings is kṣatriya sarva dukkhani. Kṣatriya means to plow out from our heart sarva dukkhani, all the miseries. That is one of the names of Krishna. And specifically 5,000 years ago, Krishna appeared, kṣatriya, to plow out the misery of one personality, which we see here, Mother Earth, who has taken the form of a cow. that Parīkṣit Maharaj is chastising Kali for. Because another name of Krishna is Krishi. Krishi also means Mother Earth. Krish, it comes from the Krish dhatu. Krish is like Kisan, like Krishya, Bhuraksha. Kṣatriya is also called, Vaishya is also called Krishi, one who takes care of Mother Earth. Krishi, and Na means pleasure. One who gives pleasure to Mother Earth is also under the name of Krishna. Krishir Bhuvachako Shabdo Nastvam Nivritte Vachaka Tayor Aikyam Paro Brahma. This personality who is not only the protector but also giver of pleasure. Krish means Mother Earth, the whole entire cosmic manifestation, and Na is to give pleasure to. That is Krishna. And Krishna has come externally for different reasons, and one of the reasons is to give pleasure to Mother Earth by taking away the force of the weight of the miscreants. And Krishna has also come internally for one more reason. As we know, internally Chaitanya Charitamrita describes that Prema Rasa Ninyasa Korilo Aswadana Raga Marga Bhava Loke Karono Pracharana, which is Prema Rasa Ninyasa. He wants to taste the sweetness of the love of his gopis, of his dearmost devotees, and to establish his beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan Dham, externally and internally. And Krishna came, he performed all these activities, and now Krishna has departed. Now once Krishna has departed, we can see both of these things are depleting. Internally, what Krishna came to establish Vrindavan Dham is now destitute, is abandoned. No one is staying in Vrindavan Dham. And all the forests are vacant. All the pastimes of Krishna's that Krishna performed is now uninhabited by any of the devotees. Either the devotees of Brajvasis have disappeared from this world and attained the supreme abode of Goloka Vrindavana. Some of the devatas who had appeared have gone back to their abodes in Devaloka. And some of Krishna's queens who have not rejoined the Nitya Leela have been asked by Arjuna to be taken to Mathura, to be under the care of Krishna's great grandson Vajranabha. And they are in this mood of separation from Krishna. Krishna, who had their own dearmost husband, has now disappeared. The life has gone away from the life of these queens of Dwaraka. And they are in Mathura under the care of Vajranabha. Krishna has disappeared. All of the Pandavas have disappeared. And Yudhishthira Maharaj has kept Parīkṣit Maharaj as the sole emperor of the three worlds, who rules of Indraprastha. And in this rule of Indraprastha, there is Mathura, who and the queens are there, and all of his grandfathers have disappeared into the eternal abode. And now Parīkṣit Maharaj is feeling, as we can see in the previous chapters of the Bhāgavatam, that everyone have disappeared, and Parīkṣit Maharaj comes to Mathura Dham. He comes to the place of Vajranabha to meet Vajranabha, his dearmost nephew, and the queens of Dwaraka, and they're having a conversation. And Parīkṣit Maharaj is telling him that don't worry about anything, Vajranabha, I am here to give you protection on all fronts. I will protect you. I will give you any kind of protection that you need, and I am here for you. You just take care of these queens of Dwaraka, and there is no need for you to worry about anything. And this is what has happened. The news of your grandfathers, of my grandfathers, of having left this world has transpired right now. And as Vajranabha hears this, Vajranabha is a pure devotee, great grandson of Krishna. Parīkṣit Maharaj, Paritaha Ikshanam. As soon as he came out of the womb of his mother Uttara, Paritaha Ikshanam, he's looking, he's examining, looking for Krishna in every object that he's seeing. Because he has seen Krishna in the womb of his mother, who has come to protect him. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. His birth starts with having darshan of Krishna. His disappearance is with hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and having the darshan of the Lord as his disappearing, a pure devotee of the Lord. And here are two pure devotees of the Lord who are meeting each other. Vajana keeps down his crown, takes out his garland, and he embraces Parīkṣit Maharaj and he says, don't worry, there is no need for me to be concerned about anything external. I have learned warfare from your own father Abhimanyu. My worry is that the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan Dham is disappearing. Krishna has disappeared. We have to do something about this. What Krishna had appeared for externally and internally are both coming to fruition. Internally, what Krishna has done to establish Vrindavan Dham is being forgotten. And externally, we can see that Kali is infiltrating. Kali doesn't want this Bhagavatam class to happen. We will see why. And even as I was living for many years here, many times we used to have Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam classes, and many times it was forgotten. Because of either no audience or no one to listen. Jusha Prabhu used to speak all the time. It was so ecstatic to hear from him. All alone, and Prabhupada would say, speak to the walls. And it was so amazing to see devotees headed by Ajay Prabhu reviving this beautiful culture. And we will see how Kali is trying to stop Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from manifesting. And Kali is killing dharma. What Krishna came to establish. It's very interesting. This pastime is very, very beautiful. For hours and hours. Skanda Puran describes anyone who speaks this pastime, anyone who hears this, gets more taste for Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, gets more taste for Krishna's holy names. So it's very, very beautiful. And these two great personalities, they think, what do we do? Thank you, Prabhu. What do we do? To revive what Krishna has come to this world for. As Naradevatas, this verse describes. Right? It's the duty of the king to re-establish. The Lord has disappeared, but it's the duty of the king to re-establish. But was there anyone who gave specifically Parīkṣit Maharaj an instruction, go and subjugate Kali? It is our duty to wake up in the morning as devotees, come for Mangalarti, chant, have these classes. But specifically, Nitya Krishna Prabhu must have given Prabhuji an instruction. Right? Prabhuji, make sure that the morning program is done. Right? Specifically, we might have been given some instruction by our spiritual master, by our mentor, by our guide. So who is that who gave Parīkṣit Maharaj this instruction? Go and subjugate Kali. This is your duty. What happens? Very, very nice. So, as these two great souls meet in Mathura, what does Parīkṣit Maharaj say? He tells Vajana, his nephew, let us call a senior here. Let us get a direct instruction from somebody who can give us the right instruction. Vaishnava Maharaj had come here. I was there that one morning for this beautiful Bhagavatam class. And I overheard, it is so wonderful when great souls speak, for us junior devotees to just stay in the background on the pretext of overhearing the conversations. And just right here, while Maharaj was taking Chaitanya, Nitya Krishna Prabhu was mentioning that we were trying so hard to have a bookstall. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj came and he gave an instruction, we should have a bookstall, and just things manifested. Within 3 weeks, he said, the contractors came, plan got manifested, and here are the beautiful Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the books that manifested in the temple that had not manifested for decades and decades. The power of the instructions of the great soul. So, when these two great souls came, Parīkṣit Maharaj mentioned, let us invite the great Rishi Shandilya Muni to come and give us some guidance on what do we do to revive this. Krishna has disappeared. What do we do? And as soon as they sent the message, Shandilya Muni left his cottage and he came. Who was Shandilya Muni? He was the guru of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maiya. Just as Garga Muni was the family priest of Vasudeva and Devaki, and he came all the way here to give Namakarana, the name-giving ceremony for Krishna and Balarama, and the whole pastime in the 8th chapter of the 10th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. We know the beautiful pastimes as Ganga Muni came. Here Shandilya Muni came. And as Shandilya Muni came, they asked, "Oh Muni, Shandilya Muni," and he is the author of Shandilya Bhakti Sutra, just like Narada Bhakti Sutra. He is one of the important authorities of Bhakti. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says we need to read his books alongside Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also, to understand what is devotion. And Shandilya Muni is a beautiful description where he says, what is Vraja? What is Vrindavan Dham? Vra means to go. Ja is to go to different places, just like Vrajvasis. Prabhuji of Vrajvasi, we are so happy to have him. Who resides in Vraja, whose heart is filled with Vraja Bhakti. They go from Kusum Sarovar to Uddhav Kund to Govardhan to Radha Kund to devotees in Vrindavan are always doing parikrama, going from one holy place to another holy place. That is Vrindavan. And Krishna, who is Atma Rama. Atma is the soul of Krishna, Srimati Radharani. Rama is Ramati. Ramante yogino nante sadhya anandatchnatmani. Iti Rama. Vasau Rama, Parabrahma Vidya, the one who takes pleasure in his own internal potency, Srimati Radharani, that is Krishna. Shandilya Muni is telling the two souls. And Krishna who performed beautiful pastimes, now those places are covered. Going very quickly and coming to this context, that pastime, he says that your duty is to go to Vrindavan Dham, to re-establish those holy places of Vrindavan Dham, and then to meet the great soul, Krishna's dearmost friend, Krishna's dearmost associate, Krishna's own cousin, Vrishninam Pravaro Mantri, Krishnasya Daita Sakha, Sakshat Brahaspato Shishya Uddhava Buddhi Sattamaha, the great soul Uddhava, who would look like Krishna. He had so much love like Krishna, who was a dear associate of Krishna. Meet Uddhava and he will reveal the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And when that is happening, this is a parallel pastime that's happening. When that's happening, he says, Shandilya Muni says, Kali is starting to infiltrate. Kali is going to come and destroy the holy places. He's going to stop the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam listening from happening, and he is also going to come and kill dharma. He is going to make the life of Mother Earth again miserable. Mother Earth was so happy as Krishna played the flute, stepped on the beautiful body of Mother Earth. The Venugita of Bhagavatam describes this, the 21st chapter. Vrindavanam Sakhi Bhuvo Vidunoti Kirtim Yad Devaki Sutta Padamuda Labdha Lakshmi. Gopyamuchuhu, the gopis are speaking. Vrindavanam Sakhi Bhuvo, oh Sakhi, listen. Vrindavan Dham, Vidunoti Kirtan, its Kirti, its glories have been extolled all over the Mother Earth. Why? Yad Devaki Sutta, the son of Devaki. Padamuda Labdha Lakshmi, the treasure of the beautiful lotus feet of Krishna, has anointed Vrindavan Dham and has made Mother Earth so proud that Mother Earth, who is the wife of the Lord, Varahadev, that Mother Earth was so happy, so pleased, but this Kali is going to come and destroy everything. So it is your duty, O kings, O Vajranam, O Parīkṣit, to keep Kali at bay. Kali is going to come. He is going to be dressed as Naradevata and Natya. Krishna is also Natya or Natyadhari. He is the one who is playing on this beautiful theatrical performance of this world to extol beautiful pastimes, to show his actual beautiful Bhaumalilas. But here is Kali, who is going to take on the position of an unjust, ungodly, Advija king. So, perform these two duties. And Shandilya Muni says, I will give you my blessings. And by giving my blessings, I am going to empower you to bring this to fruition. It will happen because my words have been empowered by this. And that's why it's so important. We may know something sometimes, but still devotees ask a great soul when they have appeared, when they have come. Like a spiritual master might come. A devotee, sometimes you may see even the leaders in the congregation ask a question. We may say, oh, Jagadguru Prabhu knows this, oh, Narendra Krishna Prabhu knows this. Then Prabhu was describing very beautifully how Gaur Govind Maharaj was sitting there and he was calling with Prabhuji as Mr. Patel. And he would speak to Prabhuji one-on-one, like literally in the class. That was the mood of Gaur Govind Maharaj. Because even if I know something, when I ask my spiritual master, when he mentions that, not only is he giving me the instruction, but he is giving me the empowerment to fulfill that instruction. I know instructions. I know Kirtaniya Sadahari. I know this is Radha Gopijana Vallabha Swayam Krishna. But still I don't know. Prabhupada would say that so unfortunate are you boys and girls that I can conquer this whole world with only a handful of you, just 21 of you or 14 of you, something like that. But if few of you understand that this is Swayam Shri Krishna who is standing in front of you, I can conquer the whole world with just a few of you. But so unfortunate that you hear, but you don't believe. Okay. Bhagavatam class is over, Maya and so on. I'm telling myself. So these great souls not only give an instruction, but wrap it up with the potency for us to fulfill that instruction. And that is what I need. I don't need instruction. I know everything. Yugal Kishore Prabhu would say sometimes that 2-3 months of being a Hare Krishna, almost everything here you know. At least theoretically you know most of everything. You know Mr. Supreme. Prabhupada has given this in such a way, it's like spoon feeding a child. So a few bites, this Treptin biscuits, this Cerelac, this spoon feed it. We know everything. I know I'm not this body, I know that this is Supreme Lord, I know I have to chant the holy names, I know that I need to wear this, I know everything. But still I don't know. I need the mercy of the great souls, which is why we sit and we hear from a realized soul. And Ashanduli Muni is saying this, he's saying that now I'm giving you the instruction and the empowerment. And fast forward, this story goes on for hours, we can just go for 5-10 hours. So beautiful this pastime is. But just fast forward in the next 5-10 minutes, encapsulating this pastime. We go to Vrindavan Dham, and Parīkṣit Maharaj sends all the craftsmen, all the artisans, and I used to be one of the tour guides of this temple some years ago. And we used to describe people who would come to this temple of, look, this is Syrian architecture, this is Mediterranean architecture, this is Belgian architecture. It was built by 2,000 artisans from all these different places in the world. The Fisher Mansion, the Crest Well of Detroit. Similarly, Parīkṣit Maharaj would send all of his best artisans to Vajranab, to take to Vrindavan and to re-establish all the beautiful pastimes of Vrindavan. All the beautiful places, all the kunds, all the temples. So, all that came to fruition. Vajranab got many of the devotees from Mathura, who used to be the monkeys of Vrindavan, the monkeys of Ramachandra, who are now residing in Mathura. Please come. There is going to be such beautiful flourishing meadows and gardens and air of Vrindavan Dham, where Krishna Katha is being spoken every day, where everyone's enjoying, rejoicing with beautiful Krishna Katha, and I am providing all the facilities. Devotees were like, now to come and stay in MVT for 1 or 2 days, it is so difficult. We have to call Prabhuji, you have some contacts, please help us. Getting a residence is so rare. And only the most fortunate, greatest of souls can get this amazing benediction, and by taking the dust of the lotus feet, one can get into Vrindavan Dham, like Narendra Krishna Prabhu and Sarojendra Mataji. But then, Vajranab was personally inviting, and everybody came. Vrindavan got flourished again, and everyone was so happy, except one set of devotees. Who were they? The queens of Dwarka, who were residing in Mathura. They were still crying, when will we get delivered? The Supreme Lord has disappeared. What would happen to us? And they fulfilled the second instruction of Shandilya Muni, and they all came to Kusum Sarovar. Why am I describing this? As important as TOBP is in Mayapur, so is the importance of this room that we have here in this temple, where Prabhupada gave instructions to Ambrish Prabhu to spearhead the project. Why? Had it not been for this instruction, we would not have seen what TOBP offers today.
Okay.
So as important as this pastime of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the instructions that were given to Parīkṣit Maharaj to subjugate Kali. So the second part of the instructions of Shandilya Muni, to make that come to effect. The great souls Vajraram and Parīkṣit with the queens of Dwaraka come to Kusum Sarovar, and now they want Uddhav to manifest, to speak the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and deliver the queens of Krishna. And they come and they meet the great goddess of Vrindavan, Kalindi Devi, Mother Yamuna, who has taken a form of a beautiful gopi. And Kalindi tells them that for Uddhava to appear, and Uddhava, when Krishna has disappeared, has taken on the form of a blade of grass. Asama hocharnarenu jushama hamsyam vrindavane kimapi, any gulmala taushadinam yadustyajam svajanavarya patham chahirva vejur mukunda padavim shruti virnivyam. And Uddhava is sent as a messenger, the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, to understand what is Vraja Bhakti, what is the love of the gopis. When he gets a glimpse of this, he says, I only want to be a blade of grass in Vrindavan, taking the dust of the feet of the Vrindavan gopis. That's all I want. I don't want any other position. And he becomes a creeper in Kusum Sarovar. And he was given one of the tasks by Krishna to deliver Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to the queens of Dwaraka. And as they come here, what does Kalindi tell? For Uddhav to appear, what do we need to do? We all need to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. As soon as Uddhava hears the holy names of Krishna, he will be anointed with love of Lord Krishna, and he's going to appear here. And then the beautiful Sankirtan begins. One of the first Sankirtans. And what Sankirtan is this? This is not a Sankirtan of conditioned souls who are trying to get out of the clutches of Maya. This is the Sankirtan of the pure devotees of the Lord. Can you imagine? Just next to the gopis are the queens of Dwaraka, who have lived with Krishna for most of Krishna's Bhoma Leela. This is a Sankirtan of Parīkṣit Maharaj, who is here, who has come to chastise Kali. And this pastime also gives us a little bit of insight into how did Parīkṣit Maharaj so quickly give up his kingdom. What was his mood internally? What was he waiting for? Just a curse of Shringi, a Brahmin boy, which is coming up after this. And he gives up everything. He goes to the banks of the Ganga, or sections of the Purana says Yamuna, to receive Bhagavatam. What was his mood? He starts chanting the holy names. As he starts chanting the holy names, there's a beautiful description which is so nectarian. All of the queens of Dwaraka start chanting the holy names. They looked like golden dolls. His hair was beautiful and it was just moving and swirling in the wind. And as he started chanting the holy names, it sounded that the clouds were resounding the holy names. The whole universe was resounding the holy names. And this was the Prem Sankirtan of pure devotees. And as they were chanting and dancing, they were all going in circles like we ISKCON devotees do. And as they were starting to chant the holy names, all the birds and the beasts in Vrindavan Dham started hearing these holy names, and they're all pure devotees. They all came, the deers, the tigers, the peacocks, the cuckoos. Every animal started coming out and started chanting and dancing. We can see Prabhupada when he came here, he manifested Vrindavan. He made all of these Vrindavan bubbles. Jagadguru Prabhu had once sent me for a temple president's meeting in 2013 because he was not available. Rajkumar Prabhu was not available and gone to Houston for this temple president's GBC, one of the meetings. And of course, I'm a very new devotee. And I'm like, wow, I'm going to be with all these Prabhupada disciples. I'm going to hear what happens there. At work once, I was a very junior person, but my boss had taken me to this board meeting with my CEO and all of the presidents of the electric and the gas companies. And I was sitting there wondering, what do these big shots talk about? And they had food and everything, and I took some fruits, of course. And I dropped grapes right below the table with all my CEO, and my boss was like, "Oh Krishna, whom did I bring along with me?" I had this embarrassing moment. Similarly, here I had many embarrassing moments. I hope Chandra Prabhu is not listening to this. He will not entrust me with anything anymore. But one of the things Prabhuji told me was that interview Badrinarayan Prabhu, who was later Badrinarayan Maharaj. He has many nectarian pastimes of Detroit. And I was holding the camera of my phone. And he said, "Don't you have any better equipment?" My foolish brain, I was still holding it still for 2 hours as he was speaking about so many pastimes of Detroit, unheard of. And one of the pastimes that he told me in relation to this is when Prabhupada would walk and perform the morning walk in Belle Isle. It is described that the deer would come right next to Prabhupada as the devotees would hear Katha, as Prabhupada would be in the morning walk, and Prabhupada would stop. And all the devotees would stop and record what Prabhupada would say. His dictating words coming out of his lotus mouth. All the deer would also stop and they would also hear. And as Prabhupada would walk around Belle Isle, the deer would also walk. And Prabhupada would stop and the devotees would stop and the deer would stop. And Prabhupada would walk and the devotees would walk and the deer would walk. And finally when Prabhupada would leave Belle Isle to go to the temple right across Belle Isle, the previous temple where Radha Kunj Bihari was established, the deer would go back into the forests of Vrindavan of Belle Isle. Jai. And this is a praman from Bhagavatam, the 21st chapter, Venugit. It is described, Dhanyosma Muda Gatoyopi Harinya Eta Ya Nanda Nandana Upatya Vichitra Vesham. Muda Gatoyo, these foolish creatures like the deer. Also, Dhanya, all glories, like how we do the Prema Dhvani. All glories to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, all glories to the whole devotees of the Lord. Bhagavatam is saying, all glories to these Muda Gatayopi Harinyayata, to these deer. Ya Nanda Nandana Mupata, whose flute of Nanda Nandana, Sri Krishna, they would hear. Vichitra Vesham, who was decorated Vichitra Vesham. In this beautiful Vichitra Vesham, wonderful Vesha. We can see Kishori Sakhi Mataji and Prabhuji, Nitajivan Prabhu, who has decorated Radha Kunj Bihari. It feels like the old days. I would see pictures of Radha Kunj Bihari, the garland and the beauty of Krishna's beautiful face, beautiful painting is as described in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. This is how Krishna would be. Akshanvatham phalamidam na param vidhama Gopya Sakuna Namiveshayor Vayasyair Akshanvatam Phalavidam. What fruit of what have we performed that we are now getting this chance, the gopis are saying, that we are seeing the beautiful lotus face of Sri Krishna. Akshanvatam Phalamidam. This is the fruit of all our bhakti, of all our endeavor, that we are seeing this beautiful face of Sri Krishna, Sri Kunj Bihari. And this is the mood of the gopis and the mood of the Hiranya, the deer. And as this Kirtan was resounding through the three worlds, all of these animals also came and started dancing in circles. Can we imagine? We are dancing in circles in the Sunday feast and all the animals from Detroit come and start dancing around. It would be a great sight. Just like Mahaprabhu in Jarikanda forest. And as this happened, they went around Govardhan Hill, and then this reached the crescendo. Who appeared in front of them? A personality that they'd never seen in a very, 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 very long time. Uddhav Mahashai appears. And then there is a conversation, a beautiful conversation, where Parīkṣit Maharaj is stunned. The gopis are stunned. The gopis have seen, the queens of Dwarika have seen Uddhava. Because Uddhava was the minister. Rishnina Pravaro Mantri. When Krishna would eat his meals, just like when we have either Gopal Krishna Maharaj coming or Radhanath Maharaj coming, the devotees are like flies, fruit flies around the fruit. Then will I have that Mahaprasada from the plate? Prabhuji, please, I've done all this service, but I have not done it selflessly. I have an ulterior motive. I need something that is there. Don't take that away from me. Bhakta Pada Duliyara Bhakta Pada Jal. Bhakta Bhukta Veshesha Tina Mahabali. One of the three most potent things in this universe are the Juta, the Mahaprasad left from the plate of a great devotee. And Uddhava used to wait around. Oh Krishna, I'm your friend, but I do have some motives. I need that Mahaprasad from your plate. And he would massage Krishna's lotus feet and he would fall asleep on the lotus feet of Krishna, embracing it like a pillow. When Krishna has gone to different places, he would crack jokes and keep the Yadus enlivened. He would give instructions even to Krishna, as Krishna's Daita Saka, very dear friend. This was Uddhava, who was now present there, and he appeared. And Parīkṣit Maharaj asks him, "Oh, who are you, great soul? Please tell me who you are. Why have you come here?" Uddhava says, "You have invited me. You know why I have come here. But for the sake of all of us," Uddhava reveals who he is. And Parīkṣit Maharaj asks him, "Please speak about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam." And he says, "I also have two very important questions. Tell me, who was the last person that Krishna thought about before Krishna disappeared from this world? And my other question is, what is that last instruction that Krishna gave? Please tell me all of this." And long story short, Uddhava tells, "I can tell all of this to you, but I need a guardian angel. I need a guardian who can keep Kali at bay. And that is going to be you for now, Vajranam. Please stay on the outskirts of Vrindavan and guard Vrindavan Dham, so that Kali cannot penetrate, infiltrate and come in while this beautiful Bhagavad Katha is being unleashed." And he speaks about the two pastimes. And these two pastimes, from the two questions that he asked, will be covered in the future cantos of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I won't get into the details. There are chapters and chapters that are describing Krishna's final pastimes that Uddhava speaks to Parīkṣit. He tells about how Krishna calls Uddhava and tells him that now I'm going to unwind my pastimes, I'm going to go to Prabha's kṣatriya, all the Yadus are going to fight amongst themselves. In the pretext of fighting, this is my internal leela, they will disappear from this world. So you have to go, because you have gone to Vrindavan, you have tasted the beauty and the sweetness of the Brajavasis Bhakti. Go to Badrikashram and give them the instructions of Braja Bhakti to Nara Nara and Rishis. Because while I have performed so many pastimes, I have forgotten, I have not met with my disciples in Badrikashram. Please go there. Go to Vidura and give him Braja Bhakti, and he's the last person Krishna thought of. Krishna speaks Uddhava Gita, and Krishna tells him the third instruction, which is this: speak Bhagavatam to the queens of Dwaraka. And Krishna departs. Again, there's a long story there where Uddhava goes and he comes back and hears it from Maitreya, which will all be covered in the future cantos. And now, coming to this final section that I bring out of this fall, he says that now I have answered these two questions for you. The third question you asked me to reveal Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, I am going to reveal the most beautiful, sweetest Bhagavatam, like I have heard from Krishna personally, just before Krishna departed, as Krishna spoke this to Maitreya and me. And I have learned this, not only heard, I have learned this from the gopis of Vrindavan. When I went to Vrindavan Dham, the purest Braja Bhakti, have realized it. I am living in Vrindavan as a Brajavasi. I will reveal this to you, and I will speak this not in 7 days, but in 30 days. And as I am going to speak it, it is going to be an audio-visual presentation. You are going to see everything unfold in front of your eyes. But that's the good news, but I have a bad news for you. You will not be the recipient of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam yet. Now, I will flip-flop, change your places. You be the guardian, and Vajranam, you come. It is your time to rejoin Krishna's beautiful pastimes. Vajranam is the Vajra, marking on the right foot of Krishna. That is his eternal Swarup. It is time for Vajranam to go back and rejoin his pastimes. It is time for the queens of Dwaraka who are left behind to go back to Nitya Dwaraka and Nitya Vrindavan and rejoin the pastimes. And I am going to speak Bhagavatam for 30 days. But you, on the other hand, O king, this is not time for you to hear yet, because you have one last service, which is what we are in right now in the Bhagavatam. You have one last service to keep Kali at bay. So Kali does not come and infiltrate in and disturb this Bhagavatam recital which is going on. and Kali, which is also going to come in the mood and the Vesha as a Naradevata to kill Dharma, keep Kali at bay. And he's crying, please, please, I want to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. This is what my life is meant for. He says, yes, what I speak will never be revealed to the world. The world would never know, except for some people who read a few pages in Skanda Purana. What you reveal to the world as Bhagavatam is the Bhagavatam that the entire universe, for time immemorial, will be celebrated with. And your name will be etched in immortality of this world. And this will happen very soon, when Sukadeva Goswami comes and reveals this to you. So now go and keep Kali at bay. And so, beautiful emotional pastime of tears and embracing each other, and they flip-flops places, and Parīkṣit Maharaj comes, and that is when all of Bhagavatam you can see in the previous chapters just quickly encapsulate that in a few verses. That Pandavas depart timely, Parīkṣit Maharaj is enthroned to be the emperor of the world, and then he set out to curb Kali. So all of this is the backstory that has happened. Which is why, as Parīkṣit Maharaj is now going from town to town, village to village, kingdom to kingdom, re-establishing dharma, he is only thinking about Vrindavan and Braj Bhakti, and he has met with Uddhava. And so even the verses in the previous chapter, we can see that as he is doing his duties, internally his mood is Krishna, 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 where are you Krishna? He has tears of love. Saratya Pashada Sevana Sakya Dhautya Virasana Anugavana Shravana Pramanam Snigdeshu Pandushu Jagat Pranatim Chavishno Bhaktir Karoti Nrupatascharanavinde. As he hears about Krishna, he was Sarathi, he was the chariot driver of my fathers, great-grandfathers. Parshada, my dear associate of my great-grandfathers. Sevana Sakya Dhautya, he was a friend, he would serve, he would pay obeisances. That is Krishna. Please tell me more about Krishna. I want to hear more about Krishna. As he is hearing, he is completely enthralled in that. And then he comes across this scene here. And he knows that this is my duty. This is the instruction given by Shandilya Muni. This is the instruction given by Uddhava Mahashaya. And once I perform this duty, the finale of my pastimes here is going to be revealed by Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that is going to appear. Sukham khat amrita dhruva samyutam pibatam bhagavatam rasamalayam. I want to lay in the mercy of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And as he was in that Sankirtan, it is described in Skanda Purana, he had no more attachment for his kingdom, for his wives, for his sons, for his cavalry, for his infantry. He completely left all of that in Sankirtan. And later on, when he meets Shringi, and that external pastime that happened when he garlanded Shamik Rishi with the dead snake, it was just an external pastime to reveal Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And in this way, we can see he curbed Kali and he kept dharma at bay. He fulfilled the instructions of what Krishna had come here for, the instructions given by his Guru Janas. And this section of the Bhagavatam is preparing for us to receive the nectar coming out of the lotus mouth of Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami, who is going to appear at the very end of this lecture. So I just thought it is very interesting to get the backstory, to understand the sweetness of everything that happens around, so that we can actually understand the mood and the reason why Parīkṣit Maharaj is here. Yeah. So this will stop here. It's almost 9 o'clock. Thank you so much. I apologize if I said anything wrong. Presence of all you and Vaishnavas. Jai Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Jai. Prabhupāda ki Jai. Thank you. Jai Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Jai. Prabhupāda ki Jai. Hare Krishna.